Hey, boys and girls.
Oh, hi. We were watching bassinet videos.
Yeah.
We've bought one already, but we were looking at this $1,200 one, and we were like, that's stupid.
We are not going to buy that.
No, we're not. We were just making fun of people who are buying it, basically.
We're getting a bassinet at Save a Lot.
No, we're not.
Big Lots.
Target.
No, Target. Yeah.
But my mother's paying for it, so.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Join us. What's going on in your keto world?
Hello, Deanna.
Deanna. Deb.
Diana.
Everybody say hi so we can see who's here. Don't be shy.
It used to tell us every single person. I don't know why it doesn't do that anymore.
This is your group. Don't be shy.
Linda. Rebecca. Cheryl. Roll call. Two Cheryls.
Yep.
Back-to-back Cheryls.
Cheryl 1,
Michelle.
Cheryl 2.
Hey. Abby won. It was 12-3.
Yep.
Ending. So they won big time.
Abby
3 home runs.
Abby was 1 out of 3. No, Abby didn't have a home run. No. Abby was 1 out of 3 with 1 RBI.
Yeah, but the team had 3 home runs for the game.
Yep.
It was pretty good.
It's a pretty good game. Kicked some booty.
Yeah, it was worth seeing. It was a little bit boring because we were winning, but I'll take that kind of boring.
Hey, Joan from Florida. Joan's feeling great.
Hey, John Kaufman.
John Kaufman. Did you get a chance to say hi to him in San Antonio?
Yeah, he came up to me.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool cat.
I'm one of the pain in your butts.
Yeah, he's a good pain in the butt. Hey, Natalie.
Natalie, Megan. Why is this on your regular page and not on the group? Ken, are you on the wrong?
No, I went on check and see. I clicked my whatchamacallit, and there's only 73.
Yeah,
so.
That makes me think it's on the right page. Nope. You're definitely on your page.
No.
Yes, you are.
Am I?
Yeah, you're totally.
Well,
Hang on, wait. Let me make sure.
Make sure, because I don't think so. Because I clicked the button.
Why does it say? Oh. But it showed us live. Hang on, I'll show you. See? Live now. And I'm on your page.
Okay.
Hang on, no. Let me just
check it. Because I clicked that.
I know you did. But it wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, we're in the right page.
I don't know. Anyway.
I think if you're in the Patreon group, you can see it on the regular page because it's linked, maybe.
So do I get some props for being on the right page?
Yeah.
Hi. The reason Nisha is reacting like this to my breath is because our chives and our cilantro are coming up on the side porch, and I had a little bite or two. So
it says Dr. Barry is live in Dr. Barry's patron supporter group. So yeah, I don't know.
So it kind of gives them a heads up, maybe a little free peek.
I guess I don't know.
Excellent. So if you guys got any questions about keto, low carb, carnivore, paleo, Weight Watchers, anything, any news stories that freaked you out or made you laugh? Kayla from Oklahoma. Hey, Jan. Hey, Megan.
Sorry.
Megan.
What did I eat? Just chicken? It's in my teeth.
I guess. Did it taste like chicken?
I don't know.
You're live.
Live in the group. Yeah, it says we're live in the group. We would have more than 100 people watching if it was on the page for sure. So
I think we're in the group. Hey, Deb. It's our buddy
Facebook
from
changes
Jackson.
stuff every now and then. You just never know.
Yeah, I love chives and cilantro and basil and parsley.
I love dill. Dill's my favorite.
Love dill. Yep. And the more that we go down this road about diet, the more I consider plants to be flavors and medicine. Meat is food, and plants are medicine or flavor or garnish or, a little treat. But meat is food for me.
Joshua says, I asked this on the live. I heard a doc on the local radio that even though salt is good for you, too much leads to stomach cancer. Love to hear your thoughts.
I'll look into that on PubMed, but I've never heard that of all the things that salt causes, I've never heard that one. I'll have to check into that.
Yeah, I've never heard that either.
Makes no sense. Now, if it's salt full of microplastics and maltodextrin and stuff like that, maybe. But if you're eating a good quality salt, I can't imagine. Hey, Miss Mitzi,
Patricia, oh, you still answering that question?
No, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, I think not, but I'll check. I'll make sure.
Patricia wants to know, can the use of heavy cream cause a stall?
Some people, honey, it sure enough can. Yep.
Clint said, can picking your teeth break a fast? If you've got a big enough piece of food in there,
It depends on how much food from last night you got in your teeth, Clint. Water pick, baby.
That's funny. It was Dr. Cohen.
Dr. Cohen
that said that.
Salt causes stomach cancer. I'll check into that.
Interesting.
That makes no sense, but I'll look.
Jamie, my husband's testosterone is 350. Should he get on testosterone?
It depends. If he feels great.
Excuse me.
Bless
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Ugh.
It's never just one. It's always two or three. So I conserve my bless yous until she's done. If he feels great, has plenty of energy, doesn't take a nap in the afternoon, 350 may be fine for him. But most guys feel much, much better when their testosterone is at least above 600. 600 to 1,000 is kind of the sweet spot for most guys. Oh, everybody's blessing you.
I know. I'm super blessed.
You are super blessed.
Janice, how would carnivore diet affect my non-overweight husband? I'm the chef in the family, so he's stuck eating what I want him to eat. Good for you.
So carnivore is a subset of keto, and keto is not a weight loss diet. Currently, we're using it for that because everybody's overweight, but keto is really a weight optimization diet. And so you can put the skinniest person in the world on keto or carnivore. They're not going to lose more weight. Now, they may lose more fat, but they're going to put on muscle. They're going to increase their bone strength and density. They're going to pack on real meaningful meat and lose fat. So he may get more cut, but he's not going to start losing bones and muscle and liver and stuff like that. It just doesn't work that way. So, and keto's the same way. A lot of people ask me, I've reached my ideal body weight. What should I do now? And I'm like, keep ketoing on, because it's not going to make you keep losing weight. There's nothing. It's not like it's a starvation diet. It doesn't do that. So if you're eating till you're full, you're not going to do that. Oh, there's Karen from Cambodia.
Oh my God,
is Cambodia fun? Is it cool? Is there cool stuff there? Is that somewhere we should visit? I don't know much about Cambodia.
Oh, me neither.
Except the bad stuff you hear in the news in the decades past, but I don't know anything about Cambodia. That's interesting.
Megan says, my birthday's Thursday. I'm 58 pounds down since mid-January this year. Wow. Hope to hit 60 by Thursday.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
That
if you
is
don't
beautiful.
hit 60 though, that's amazing.
That's okay. That's a home run right there.
Bless you, bless you,
Hey,
bless you,
Dee
bless you.
Hey, Janice.
Can keto cure celiac?
Oh, keto can quiet down celiac, because celiac almost always is caused by one of the grains. Usually it's wheat, but it can also be rice, oats, corn, quinoa, amaranth, millet, rye. Any of the grains can cause celiac-like symptoms. And so once you've got all of those out of your diet, celiac always quiets down. And then for some people, it's the oxalates and the phytates and the other things in plants that irritate your stomach. So if you've gotten rid of all the grains, and you know that for sure, and you've gotten rid of beans because they're full of lectins, right? Beans and peas. Some people consider green beans here in the South. People will want to fight you if you say they're not keto. But if you're still having celiac or gut symptoms, you got to get rid of the beans, because for some people, they're almost as bad as the grains. And then definitely corn. Some people don't realize corn is not keto. It is a grass, and for some people, they can have gut symptoms worse with corn than with grains. And so you got to get rid of all that stuff. That should fix it.
Michelle says, I'm mostly carnivore, but keep hearing that I'm eating too much protein. I get that keto is high fat, moderate protein, but carnivore makes it super easy to go over macros and protein.
Yes. So keto can be high fat, moderate protein. Keto can also be high protein, moderate fat. You guys may have heard of Dr. Ted Naiman. He's big on Twitter. That's where he spends most of his time. But he's a family practice doctor in Washington State, I think.
I don't know much about him.
And he does great with high protein, moderate fat, super low carb. The thing that puts you in ketosis is the low carb. That's what puts you in ketosis, okay? And so when you're eating low enough carb, protein really ceases to matter if you eat a lot or too much. Cambodia is a great place. Good tourist destination. Very inexpensive. except for the plane, of course. Yeah. Cool. Okay, Cambodia. I'll have to Google it.
Put it on the list.
But don't worry about it. If you're eating under 10 grams of total carbs a day, you can eat as much protein as you want. It will not kick you out of ketosis. It will not fire off gluconeogenesis. It just doesn't work that way. Now, if you're eating lots of carbs and lots of protein, then you got there's a problem there. That can be a problem. But if you're eating super low carb, don't worry about it.
That's mean.
You're supposed to love every part of me.
Are onions a part of you?
They are now.
And Jalea, do you lose all the benefits of carnivore if you eat keto a few times a week, but low oxalate foods? Well, no,
it depends. It depends.
If you're somebody like Michaela Peterson,
right.
then yes.
Yeah, if you have gut or joint problems when you eat plants, then unless you love plants, I wouldn't eat them. But because we have friends like Lindy from San Antonio. She does a month of carnivore and then a month of keto. She just alternates back and forth and does great. Is doing great, losing weight, feeling great. And so if you can do that and not have gut or joint or skin symptoms, then yeah, I think that's totally fine and appropriate.
It really just depends on how plants affect you.
Exactly right. That's right. Yeah.
Michaela Peterson cannot eat plants ever.
Yep. And see, I can do that. Because when the clinic burned, I was tore up, right? And so I kind of fell back into keto for a couple of weeks. I maybe gained a pound. I felt fine.
Made him fall out.
Yeah, and then plus she's over here carb mama eating the carbs, and so I'm like, I guess I'll have some
fat snacks.
I guess I'll have a fat snack or some asparagus or something. But it didn't really bother me much at all. But I just know if I ate too much veg, I would start to have problems. And so, what am I? Keto carnivore during that? Yeah, ketovore for that 3 weeks, and now I'm about to tighten it back up because I'm feeling better now.
Yeah. Do total LDL particle counts matter? I
don't think so. You can get an NMR lipo profile and look at all the different particle sizes and numbers. But the problem isn't, because when that first came out a few years back, man, I was all over that. I was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Look at all this information. But then when I started actually looking into the research, there's almost no research that even explains what these mean. There's lots of people's opinions, and there's lots of experts who will explain to you what they mean. But when you try to look up the footnote and look at the research, all you want to worry about is keeping your triglycerides low, your HDL high, and don't even worry about all the rest of it. Those are the two things on your lipid panel that you care about.
Janet says, I've been keto since April of last year, recently diagnosed with diverticulitis. My doctor wants me to add fiber to my diet. Most fiber supplements have sugar or worse, artificial sugars. What's your recommendation?
Yeah, fiber's going to make that worse. That's not going to make that better.
Who was it that did the talk on fiber?
Was it Paul Mason? I think it was Paul. Didn't he do it? But yeah, fiber's not going to help your diverticulosis at all.
Fiber doesn't help anything.
No. Ask him for this. Say, I'd love to read some research on that, doc. Print that out for me. See what he says, because I'd love to see it if he can find some.
It'll actually inflame you more.
Yeah, it's probably going to make you more likely to have a flare-up.
Are you having flare-ups now?
Hey,
eating
Paola.
keto? Or you said you've been keto? Yeah. I was just wondering how your flare-ups are doing. So, yeah. It was Paul Mason. Thanks, Mitzi.
Yep.
Look up Paul Mason's talk. I think it's on YouTube.
It is.
About fiber.
Just Google Dr. Paul Mason fiber. Did you see a question from John? I thought he asked a question.
I'm not getting. I'm trying to get everybody. Okay. So,
that's right.
Is testosterone gel or shot better?
Really, you want to get the bioidentical if you can. There's a bioidentical cream that you rub on every night. There's bioidentical pellets. The shot is bioidentical-ish. It's not exactly perfect, but if for some people the convenience makes it worth it. Most of the gels are they've been tweaked so they can get a patent. Anything that you see a commercial about, that's a patented medicine. They've got a patent, and so it cannot be real bioidentical testosterone because you can't get a patent on that.
Tips for extended fasting. Goal of 3 36-hour fast this week. Just started the second. Wish me luck.
Oh, good luck.
Keeping those electrolytes up is
the best tip I've really ever and somebody challenged me to a 50-hour fast 50-hour fast. I'm just not ready for that yet. Maybe in another week or two. But the best tip I've ever heard came from Jimmy Moore. A pinch of salt. If you start to get hungry and start to gnaw and start to grumble, a pinch of salt just makes it, for me anyway, makes it go completely away. Yep.
Cheryl says, I'm very happy to share on my page that the Journal of National Cancer Institute are studying ketogenic diet for cancer patients. I'm 6 months into my cancer treatment. I'm even more determined to live a keto life to be able to live a non-cancer life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Starve that cancer. I love it.
Mitzi wants to know, do you know if the MTHFR mutation adversely affects gluconeogenesis, requiring those with the mutation to eat carbs? I did a cursory search on PubMed, but I bet if there's any research, you'll find it.
I have not seen the only thing, and MTHFR may do lots of things, but as of now, all we know pretty for sure, not 100%, but pretty for sure is that it messes up your methylation of B vitamins. And so if you have the single mutation or the double mutation, you need a methylated B complex. But I've never seen anybody even hint that it causes problems with gluconeogenesis. I'm trying to think of the pathway. I can't think how it would do that. But I'll look into that.
Visit Chicago.
We
love Chicago. We actually honeymooned
up. Yeah.
in Chicago. And people were like, why are you going to Chicago for your honeymoon?
We stayed at the Fremont or the Fairmont. It's an older hotel.
I can't remember.
It's very nice. They had a...
it was
Ditka's restaurant.
Steak restaurant.
Yeah,
was in the bottom of it.
Loved it.
We went to all the museums and...
Yeah.
We like jazz and we like food.
If there's a big keto group in Chicago, set it up, get the venue. We will be there. We love Chicago.
My birthday's Sunday. Happy early birthday, Joshua.
Hey, happy birthday.
Really over all the fake keto products. This way of eating, just keep it simple.
Yep. And then, it's up to us to tell these newbies, man, you don't need that. That's not going to help you. Because if they think that it's like, oh, it says keto, so everybody's doing it, they don't know better because they just started this.
Right.
Lori, we will come to Canada in a second. Nisha wants to come bad. We want to have a conference at Banff.
Alberta.
Banff?
Well, I think it's Alberta.
Is it Alberta?
Banff and Alberta. I think they're close. I'm not sure.
That'd be awesome.
Aaron says, I got my test back for testosterone. It was 160. Looking at
terrible.
starting test Saponate monthly.
No, you don't want it monthly. You want to get a shot every 2 weeks. Don't let them give it to you monthly. If you look at, you can actually Google this, the absorption curve, all the testosterone's gone in about 15 days. And so if you get a shot once a month, you'll feel great for a week and a half, and then you'll feel like crap for 2.5 weeks. So tell them you want a shot every 2 weeks.
John Kaufman, this is a very good question. How do you know when you are at your proper weight? The charts are one size fits all.
Yeah. So the BMI, if you're of average height and you're not super muscular like Danny Vega, then BMI is pretty good. It's a pretty good indicator. Also, your weight to height ratio, or your not your weight to height, but your waist to height ratio. If it's 0.5 or under, then you know you're right where you need to be, and that's actually a more sensitive marker. So measure your waist at the belly button, John, and your height, and then divide the waist in inches by the height in inches. And if that's less than 0.5, you, my friend, are there.
Sherry hit 50 pounds down this week.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Very nice.
Is there ever a reason why anyone should be on a low-salt diet?
No, that's a great question. If you are a human being, you should not be on a low-salt diet. Literally, that clears it up. Even if you have advanced heart failure, Dr. D talks about this in his book, The Salt Fix. They do worse. They die quicker if you restrict their salt. And that's exactly what we were taught to do in med school. When we were doing our ICU rotation, they had to count every grain of salt in their diet because we thought that salt would kill them. That's what we were taught. But when you actually look at the research, they die sooner if you restrict salt. Even in heart failure, even in kidney failure, you can't restrict salt. We are mammals. We need lots of salt.
Salt is our friend.
Yes, salt is a gift from the Creator.
Deb watched her Gilmore Girls binge to watch us.
Oh, thank you, Deb.
Rory and Rory.
Yeah, Rory.
Do you feed your animals raw or cooked meat? We were feeding them raw all the time, but Toto, we didn't have him since he was a puppy, and he has some gastrointestinal issues.
He basically grew up on Cheetos and loaf bread.
Yeah, so he can't really handle it as much. So
yeah,
we
but
have
a
to
combination.
He doesn't really do that well on ground beef. And
Yeah.
they won't eat eggs.
Yeah, neither of them. And because I try to eat the yolks and give them the whites, and they just
They don't
look at
want
it
it.
like, I don't want that.
The cats will eat it.
Yeah, the
but
cats
they
eat them, but not the dogs. Yeah, but they eat almost all meat and half cooked,
They eat what
uncooked.
we
Yeah,
eat, basically.
yeah,
And they eat a lot of,
And you've got a meat-based kibble that you give them sometimes.
they get very little of that.
Me too, Tracy. I'm always learning.
Cindy says, I've lost over half my size, 160 pounds. I have
love that.
lingering stomach and arm flab. How do I get rid of that?
Fasting.
Autophagy.
Ramp up the fasting. Fast for 18 or 20 hours every day, and then maybe twice a month do a 48-hour fast.
If you can.
If you can.
That's the result.
Even
If that's the
if-
result you're going for. That's what you need.
That's
to do.
right. Yeah, even if you only can do a 36-hour, do that 3 times a month. And over the course of a year, take pictures right now, and then a year later, take pictures again, and you'll be shocked at how much of that redundant skin is gone. Hi, how you doing?
I wish you didn't smell so bad.
It's only my breath.
You gonna wash your teeth really good with thieves?
Maybe. I might eat some more. It was pretty good.
Sherry, very good question. Can keto reverse your plaque in the arteries?
Good question. So I think yes. I'm fully believe that the answer is yes. We're still waiting because there haven't been that many people getting CAC scores, right? That's just kind of a new thing. And so I think what we're gonna see is people with CACs of 7, 8, 900 after a year or two of keto, that number's gonna go down. And I predict that's gonna happen. Keto carnivore is going to decrease the calcification in your arteries, but we'll see. There's no research either way. So, but we know that if you go on to a vegetarian diet, they have a little bit of research that shows that decreased the plaque buildup that was already there. And so I think that's because they just removed the 3 things: the sugar, the grains, and the industrial seed oils. And so I think the answer is absolutely yes. I'm betting on it. And we'll see in another year or two as people get their CACs.
Jeanette, have you seen keto help eye issues caused by diabetes? Diabetes is under control for my mom, but now she has eye issues caused by all her high sugar levels.
Definitely, yeah. I have seen people's cataracts get slowly, very slowly, but surely better. There's actually research that the lower carbs, the less likely you are to get macular degeneration, and you can actually slow down and maybe even reverse macular degeneration a little bit. Now, if you've had a retinal tear in the past, you may be screwed, because once that detaches, that's going to take a lot of autophagy and a lot of stuff to fix that. But yeah, definitely, I've had so many diabetics who get mad at me because they would go to the eye doctor, get their glasses for the year. Then they would start keto, and 6 months later, they couldn't use their glasses. They couldn't see out of them because their eyes had gotten so much better. They had to get new glasses, and they were mad about that.
Lindsay wants to know what you consider a low ferritin level.
Just it's different for different reference labs. So LabCorp and Quest are going to have different numbers. You just want to be in the normal range for your lab.
Ooh. Is nature thyroid porcine derived?
Yes, it is. All of the desiccated thyroids come from pig thyroid. That's where
That's
they
why
come
they're
from.
so good, because we're so similar to pigs.
Right, exactly. It fits our receptors very, very well. Also, they are all considered kosher by the rabbis, and so if you're a Jew or you know someone who's Jewish, they can take that even though it's from a pig. Muslims can use it. There's a special dispensation because it's a medicine, and because you don't chew it up, you swallow it. That's what a rabbi told me. That
What is
it's totally
happening
fine.
outside?
I don't know. There must be another
Coon
going
or
on.
something. Our dogs are going crazy. Sorry. Have you seen? Oh, I already answered that. What about those who say too much protein turns to sugar? Are you going to do a video about that?
Yeah, I've already talked about
have
it
you?
a little bit, but I need to make another video. Paul.
Hang on. Abby's calling.
Dr. Paul Mason's got a great video. Just search
Hi.
Dr. Paul Mason protein. I think it's Paul Mason. No, it's Dr. Ben Bickman. Ben Bickman, Bikman. He's got a great video about how protein does not cause gluconeogenesis. It doesn't. Now, only if you're eating high carb, then it might. But if you're eating low carb, it absolutely does not.
What time you need it back? 2:30. Can you take Abby's Jeep to get the oil change tomorrow? Just leave the keys. Where are you going to leave them at? Okay, under the seat. All right.
Is it time already? We just did that.
Okay, you're welcome. Love you. Bye.
I'm terrible with that. My truck had
That
25,000
shit burns up the road.
miles
I'm
on
telling
it.
you.
And I hadn't changed my oil a single time. And her
I'm
dad,
sure they're
Pedro,
doing it every
crapped
3,000
his
miles.
pants. He's like, "What's wrong with you?" So, yeah.
Oh. Hang on. I already answered that. How do you get triglycerides down?
Cut the carbs. Triglycerides go up directly proportional to the amount of carbs you're eating. Yeah, Ben Bikman is no, it's Bikman, Dr. Ben Bikman. And if you Google that and protein, you'll find his video on YouTube. It's excellent. And he's got the research. Once you watch that, you'll never worry about eating too much protein again.
Rhonda has a real problem. She craves bacon every meal. Is this okay for her heart?
Yes. Bacon is good for you. Bacon is a gift from the Creator. Eat your bacon. It's totally fine.
My wife takes Seroquel, and we think it's limiting her benefits on keto. What are your thoughts?
Seroquel. Now, if she needs it, she needs it. But if there's another alternative, or if she can wean it down, that will greatly speed up her weight loss. Seroquel is notorious for making you gain weight or making weight loss very, very slow. Definitely.
Yeah, you need some peppermint oil.
Why?
For your breath.
I like it. Ooh, Amberly asked a good one. Don't miss hers. That's a good question.
Priscilla says, do you make a thyroid numbers test and test video? Did you make a video about thyroid tests?
I've got several thyroid videos. I don't mention numbers because they're different for different reference labs. And so LabCorp and Quest will have different ranges of normal. I have my opinions of what's normal. I should probably make a video about that, about the optimal thyroid ranges. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll work on that. Thank you.
Kelly says, hysterectomy a little over a year ago, only one ovary. What should my optimum hormone levels be?
So you want to have a testosterone of at least 30, 40, 50, and most women feel best when their testosterone's 50 to 100. You want a progesterone of at least 1 or 2, and your estrogen's going to kind of take care of itself. You don't have to worry about that.
Angelina says, my doctor's concerned about insulin resistance on methotrexate.
Yep.
He's carnivore. Is this something you've had experience with?
Yeah, methotrexate will increase your likeliness of becoming insulin resistant, but if he's on carnivore, it's not going to happen.
No, he's a carnivore doctor, is what she's saying. Like he promotes carnivore.
Really?
She just wanted, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, methotrexate will mess with your metabolism. But if you need it, you need it. But hopefully, as you carnivore on or keto on, you won't need as much of the methotrexate. I've seen tons of people with psoriasis and rheumatoid arthritis be able to decrease or stop their methotrexate if they're eating low carb, clean, whole keto.
Megan says, if I buy keto chop, I can't talk. Keto chow drops, do I still take my Lugol's? Yes, there's no iodine in keto chow.
Exactly right. That's right.
Mark, hey Mark.
Hey Mark.
My urologist wants me to do tea pellets and more vitamin D.
Probably you need it, yeah. Make you feel strong like bull.
Strong like bull. Thank you for answering my question. You guys reply to each other, and that's really good. But then I have to make sure I'm not reading your responses to each other. Already did that. That's a long one. Trisha, Dr. Barry, now that you're at crossroads with your clinic, have you considered traveling around and doing seminars for other doctors and health practitioners? My prior therapist does that full time in every state, and Australia, South Africa, and even Antarctica. What?
What?
You can really make a big impact
Yeah, we've actually talked about that and thought about that. Probably we're going to do at least some clinic work just because that's what I'm made to do. But we're probably going to do more and more travel and more seminars in Chicago and Cambodia and Australia and Canada if you set it up. Because we suck at the logistics.
But not this year.
Not this year. We got to have this baby first. But we're terrible at like organizing. Yeah, we're good at showing up and
we're good at promoting.
Teaching and promoting, but the organization part, we suck at that. You guys got to do that yourself. Like in San Antonio, man, they rocked that. They set that up.
We didn't do any of the hard work.
It was flawless.
We just showed up.
It's not even hard work. Some people love
It's
that,
hard
but
for
I
me.
just, I can't do it. I'll mess something up. There'll be no audio or something. I'll just be like, oh shit, I forgot the microphone. Yeah, you don't want me to do that part.
Rebecca says, tell Abby her headshots are gorgeous. Darren and Gina
Right?
are amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was surprised at how good they were. We don't have a lot of experience with pageant stuff. I never did them, and he doesn't care about them. So I was like, well, these are...
Yeah, she
good.
turned out gorgeous. She's not bad looking in real life, but...
And of course, she had extra hair, so that helps. All that extra hair. Can keto cause ammonia in the blood?
No. What can cause ammonia buildup in the blood is liver failure, cirrhosis. That's what can cause that. And so you want to protect that liver by eating keto or carnivore. Amberly, ask your question again. That was a really good question. I'm just afraid we missed it. It won't hurt anything if she
Go
asked it
ahead
again.
and answer it.
Well, I can't remember what it was.
Well.
I just know it was a good question.
Natalie wants to know, for those of us who are your patients, when we need blood work, what do we need to do? I came in February, but it's time to retest my thyroid.
Yeah, what we're going to have to do for now, because typically I could just call Wendy at the office if I was on, out of town or whatever and say, hey, this person needs this, and then she would do it. But she's not there. There's nobody, I don't have that system in place anymore. So really what you're going to have to do if you guys are patients, you're going to have to just print off your labs that we did and find a local practitioner. Go see them and say, hey, I need these labs checked. And then you and I can e-visit after you get the results back. Hey, Stacy. And then we can talk about how everything looks and whatever. So the local provider doesn't really have to interpret it. They just need to order them. And then you and I can handle them on an e-visit.
My boob hurts.
Sorry.
Jamie wants to know, it is tick season in the South.
Yep.
Any thoughts on how much risk there is for contracting that meat allergy?
It's thankfully pretty darn rare. I haven't seen a single case in the clinic at all. I don't know of a case in the county here. But there have been a few cases in the South. I would predict that if you're eating keto or carnivore already, your immune system is going to be calm, cool, and relaxed, and it's not going to do that inappropriate reaction to meat. Now, if you're eating crap and your immune system's all pissed off, you're much more likely to have that kind of thing. And I've talked about that on other lives. It's not normal for humans to be allergic to meat or strawberries or stuff like this, natural foods like that. And I think it's because of the modern diet that we are eating or were eating has basically our immune system just stays pissed off all the time. And so the least little thing that happens, it'll attack something that it shouldn't attack, like meat or blueberries or your thyroid. And that's not, obviously that didn't happen 50,000 years ago or we would be extinct. Our immune system was much smarter back then, and I think it was because of the food we were eating. So I don't think that you and I are in much danger of that because our immune system is so calm, cool, and collected and smart. And it's not irritated, it's not inflamed, and so it's going to make better choices.
Is it possible to lose meaningful weight on keto when you have untreated thyroid disease? It's going to be really hard.
It's going to be possible, but it's going to be slow. Mm-hmm. It's going to be glacially slow.
And you really need to treat it because...
And you need to fix that.
Yeah.
Because
unfortunately, that's not something that you can cure.
That's right. And your thyroid that's not all it does. It does hundreds of things. And a lot of people are hoping that keto will cure their hypothyroidism. I don't think it's going to. I think if you've got hypothyroidism, there's been enough damage done that probably keto can't reverse it. May improve it. It's not going to cure it, I don't think. We'll see. Maybe. I hope so, but I don't think so.
Who'd you say, Amberly?
Amberly, yeah. Really cool name, by the way. I like that.
We always say that about her name. Aaron says, how serious is hypogonadism? That's what I was diagnosed with. Can keto carnivore help with this?
Yeah, it's going to move you in the right direction. Some people, it gets you back to normal. Other people need bioidentical hormones. And it's probably our plastic-filled society we live in and life that we live day to day. I mean, you can't even get in the car without touching 15 different kinds of plastic. And all of those things are estrogenic in nature. All of them raise your insulin, your estrogen, and lower your testosterone. And that's a problem. That's a big deal. Part of the huge fertility problem in the U.S. is from all the plastics. But what are you going to do? Tell people to stop touching plastic?
Your breath.
Stop it. It is not that bad. I can't smell it a bit.
Will soda kick you out of ketosis?
Maybe.
Well, depends on the soda you're drinking. Is it sweetened? If it is, then yes. If it's just the bubbly soda without sweetener, then probably not.
Yeah. Carl Franklin found one little study that carbonated water might elevate your insulin a little bit, but it's a tiny study, so I haven't put any faith in that yet. But if it's a sweet tasting soda, for some people, that will raise your insulin enough to turn off your weight loss. So
it just depends.
Yeah, but I don't think that San Pel, Topo Chico, Perrier, I don't think they're going to meaningfully raise your insulin.
Yeah, it depends on the person.
Tracy's loving your breath comments.
It's killing me.
It's not that bad.
Are you pregnant? You can't smell it.
Can't even smell it.
Obviously,
it's
you
nothing.
Can't.
See, I think it's gone. Smell.
Mark says his testosterone is 655 and the doc still wanted to put him on pellets.
Well, it depends, Mark. Now, 650 is a pretty darn good number, but if you still have fatigue, then make sure you also check your adrenals and your thyroid and everything else. But some guys just still have fatigue at 650. They need it to be 950. So best thing, the pellets only last for 3 to 6 months. So do the pellets one time. And if you're like, because a lot of docs, it pays well to put pellets in. So a lot of docs are inappropriately putting pellets in when guys don't really need it. But if you have fatigue and you're like, yeah, dude, the couch is the best looking thing in the house, do the pellets one time and see how you feel. Then after that, if you're like, I couldn't tell any difference in how I felt, then you probably don't need them. 650 is great.
Does eating a lot of meat increase your acid?
That's the question, yeah. Okay, so you hear this out there, and it's almost always plant-based, vegan, vegetarian saying this. The acidity of your blood is one of the most tightly controlled physiological things in your body. There's no quicker way to get admitted to the intensive care unit, the ICU, than to have acidic blood, okay? So just eating meat is not going to put you in the ICU. You cannot eat enough meat to make your blood acidic. It is impossible. You cannot do that, okay? But they love to talk about, oh, that's an acidic food, that's acidy, that'll make your... No. We actually can check an arterial blood gas, an ABG, and measure your acidity in your blood or your alkalinity. I have never, ever seen someone make their blood acidic by the food they eat. You can eat pure Cheeto, Oreo crap. You're not going to make your blood acidic. It's just it's a myth that the vegans and the plant-based people love to tell. And I think they believe it. I think they're well-meaning, but they're wrong.
Christy says, I read that if you have Hashis, you shouldn't fast. Is that true?
Yeah, that's something. And what's her name?
Yeah.
Isabella Wentz has got a book, and she talks about that. I love her. I have great respect for many things she says, but not for that. I've just seen too many women with Hashis who can fast.
I love how
Tell your experience.
I was like, answer this, and he was like, sure.
I just wanted to say that one thing.
If you'd asked me a year ago, I would have been like, yeah, it's really hard on Hashis. But then, who was it that we talked? Was it Isabel?
No.
It was one of Dr. Fung's associates. What was her name?
Oh, not Megan, but...
Natalie?
Natalia.
Anyway, she was talking about how you need to time it if you're a woman, and don't do it the 2 weeks leading up to your period, but do it the week after your period or the week of your period, and you'll be able to succeed. And I did that, and I fasted for 24 hours, and I felt amazing. I have Hashimoto's, in case you didn't know that. And oh my God, it was like, I got so much done. My head was very clear. I was focused. It was like I took crack. Those of you who watched the Facebook Live that night could tell that I felt good. I wasn't yawning.
Yep.
Like, it was amazing. So I think that you need to make sure you time it appropriately to your cycles. Drink your electrolytes and make sure you're getting plenty of
So
salt.
how should they time it? With
The
their
week
cycle?
of your period and the week after your period, but not the weeks leading into your
Not
period.
the week before. You did that the first time.
I did, and I wanted
That
to
was bad.
just
Yeah.
stab people.
But again, that didn't really have anything to do with Hashis.
No,
it has
that
to
was
do with where you're at in your
cycles.
cycle. I don't think it. I don't think there's a shred of science to back up if you have Hashis you can't fast.
And I
think
was
that's
intermittent
silly.
fasting. Fine.
Yeah.
No problems at all. Sometimes 16 to 18 hour intermittent fasting. But the day that I did 24 hours, it was like I took a limitless pill.
Yep.
It was insane.
Yep.
It was
But that
awesome.
was the week after your period.
So, yeah, I don't believe that at all. I think that you need to make sure you're doing it properly. And, Rhett.
Can you hear Rhett crunching his kibble?
Fat cow.
He goes to the kitchen and he gets to like 3 pieces of kibble. Then he brings it to the living room rug and lays it down and then eats one at a time. Then goes back to the kitchen to get some more out.
Yeah, he gets exercise doing it, I guess.
It's not really helping his fat ass.
Oh my gosh, Mitzi got banned from a group for suggesting autophagy for excess skin. Were they trying to sell a product for autophagy?
Wow.
Why would they ban you for that? It
is
science.
known. It is known.
Science-based.
Yeah,
evidence.
it's science.
Evidence-based science.
Wow, you probably are happy
Good
that
to
you
be
got
out of that
banned
group.
from that
Yeah,
group.
'cause,
Yeah. I just feel sad for the newcomers in there that now will not know the truth. How to decalcify your arteries, keto and carnivore. That's how you do it.
Ann says, not keto, but what deodorant do you use? We use Native. You can get it at Target and you can order it online and it's all natural. It's just deodorant, not antiperspirant, no additives, no aluminum, none of the crap. And it works really well, even for him.
And I've tried a bunch of those things. I tried the salt
did
rock
Tom's.
and all that. None of that crap. In 4 hours, I was thinking. But this stuff, I can get about 18 hours out of it. And it's just deodorant. There's no antiperspirant at all.
Yeah.
Can you link to it?
No.
You can't?
Well, maybe
It's
on
Target.
Target.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe on Target.
Yeah.
I'll try. But it's Native. I like the plain coconut shea butter
They got
because it
like
doesn't
4
really have a
different
smell, but they have
flavors.
a lavender and a few others. But
But nothing has ever worked for me, ever, except that.
we buy it in bulk because I'm afraid that we're not going to be able to
Yeah,
find it.
right. Maybe for my breath, too. That's funny, Teresa. I'm going to block her. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, hang on. I'm so behind. Okay. Holly says she got banned from It Works that has a keto group because I said you don't need products.
That was a gift.
wasn't
They didn't
helping
like
her.
that. Yeah. I wonder, that's funny.
I wonder why they don't have in the rules. You shouldn't say that you don't need any of the things that I'm promoting.
Yeah, I'm trying to sell crap here, woman.
A few of the...
It Works as the wraps, right?
yeah.
That's the
But I think they
funniest
probably... Because when essential oils got really huge, like last year, they had essential oil. And so I'm sure they
They
have
jump on every
ketones now.
bandwagon, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Because if you do keto and the wraps, you'll lose weight. But it ain't the wrap.
Trisha said, I got a talking to for mentioning intermittent fasting. I don't think it was against the rules. I politely removed my post and myself from the group.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yep, that's perfect.
We're not in any groups anymore, and the ones that I am in are just like yours, like like Robin's group and Jessica's group, like those kind of groups. I'm not. So much bad information.
The eVisit app is just an app on your phone, and it says eVisit, all one word, and you just download the app and sign up. Hey, Angela.
Hi, Angela. Oh, there's a yawn.
Is that the first one?
Yeah. Why would hematocrit, hemoglobin, and MCV be high?
If you're on bioidentical hormone optimization, sometimes that can overstimulate your bone marrow to make too many blood cells. And that's okay because now you get to give blood 2 or 3 times a year and help hundreds of other people while you feel good as well. That's the most common reason. Now, there is a condition called hemochromatosis where you make too many blood cells like that, and it can make your hemoglobin and hematocrit high. you need to see your doc and find out. If it's the hormones, then all you got to do is give blood 3 or 4 times a year. If you're not on hormones, then you may have hemochromatosis. You can ask your doctor about that. Yeah, Kim Howerton has a great group, but she's slowly kind of moving away from that group as well.
No, I think she meant the Ketonis group.
Oh, yeah, the Ketonis group's a great group. And there's several good groups, but yeah, a lot of the bigger groups are just trying to sell stuff, and so they'll knock you out quick if you say logic. They don't like that.
Can you create an online coaching program? I'd be so happy to pay you for that. Do you mean like coaching one-on-one or like certificate coaching? Because we're not going to do that. But we might do online coaching. We're thinking about it.
Yeah, and I can do that through the eVisit app one-on-one. But, yeah, we might do something like that in the future. I'm not sure. Again, setting that sort of thing up, I would suck at. But then once it's set up, I could do it. But I'm not good at that kind of stuff.
Well, you would just do Zoom calls.
Yeah, do Zoom with a group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should you fast every day to get rid of extra skin? If so, how long?
Yeah, at least 18 hours a day if you really want to get rid of that skin in a timely fashion. It's still going to take months. The plastic surgeon is much faster, but also much more expensive and much more dangerous. So, but take a picture now. If any of you guys have redundant, loose, floppy tissue, take a picture, do your 18 hours a day, and then maybe twice a month do a 48-hour fast. And in a year, you'll be shocked at how much tighter that skin is. And also another thing that proves this, you've all seen people who've lost weight on Weight Watchers and other calorie restriction diets have all this skin, literally look like a deflated balloon. But you don't see that nearly as often with keto. Have you noticed that? That's why, because keto naturally makes you fast longer and you've got the autophagy going. Because keto in and of itself is a fasting mimicking diet, which means you get autophagy benefits just from keto. But then when you keto and intermittent fast as well, you double, triple the autophagy benefits. And that's why you don't see, when you see the after pictures of keto people that have lost 180 pounds, they look pretty darn good in at least a one piece, if not a bikini, because their skin tightens up because of how they're losing the weight. Calorie restriction, you're going to have floppy skin, though. What?
Clint says, you can pay me to walk behind you and slap anything bad out of your hand before you can eat it.
That's right. Funny. That'd be a good coaching program. Hey, put that Oreo down. What's wrong with you?
Calm down.
Pow, pow.
I saw one that I need to...
Okay.
I'm trying to find it. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, Kim Wallace lost 112 pounds.
Oh my God.
Almost no loose skin. That's what I'm talking about.
I love how you interrupt me right when I figure out what I'm talking about. That's helpful to a pregnant lady. Can keto shrink thyroid nodules?
Maybe, but what definitely can shrink thyroid nodules is the Lugol's iodine. To get the 2% and use 1 or 2 drops a day in your keto coffee. Because the reason that reason people get goiters or nodules is because they have an iodine deficiency. It's huge in America for that. So I had a lady, I was doing Dermapen on her face, and I was like, oh, by the way, you've got this huge nodule here. And she got an appointment with endocrinology like 3 months later, and I told her about the Lugol's. I said, go ahead and start using that. And she would come every 6 weeks for a Dermapen. And after the third time, it was almost gone. Just because she was replacing her iodine. She was very iodine deficient. And she wasn't my medical patient. She was just coming for the Dermapen. Yeah.
Stacy, send me a message and we'll talk about the coaching details. What are you doing?
Just playing around. What are you doing? See if it's gone now.
No, it's definitely not.
I feel like it's gone.
I got bit.
By what?
Itchy. I guess a skater.
Got you.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We got time for a few more questions. Okay. I don't know why that's in my head.
I don't either. But it's cute.
My endocrinologist said keto helped the swelling in my goiter.
Maybe.
But said to try Whole30. So it shrunk, but he thinks you should change to a different diet.
Yeah. The ketogenic diet and Whole30 as well are going to tend to have more iodine in them because you're actually eating real food. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me keto helped a little, but if you add the Lugol's 2% drops, that'll be the end of the gourd.
This is a good question. Sharon had C. diff a couple years ago, and her bowels never fully recovered. Should she be doing anything besides basic keto?
You might find that using different brands of probiotics will help that. When you have a healthy gut, it is impossible to get C. diff. You have to be very, very sick or have been on multiple rounds of antibiotics to even get C. diff. Healthy people don't get C. diff. You might have C. diff in your gut. That doesn't mean you have C. diff. It's two different things, right? Like people can be strep carriers, but not have strep throat. And so a lot of docs will check for C. diff, and you just got a little diarrhea. You're not sick at all. And they're like, oh, you've got C. diff. No, you don't. C. diff puts you in the intensive care unit, okay? And you're already very sick to start with. So eat keto, and grow some of your own food organically. Just plant it, let it grow, and then eat it without washing it. That's a great way to get real probiotics,
What about
right?
kefir?
Kefir is another good way. If you make it yourself or make your own yogurt, that's a great way to get true, meaningful, lactobacillus and other bacteria. But eating keto is going to keep your gut so strong and so calm that the C. diff is not going to be a problem. But just remember, just because they did the test and you have C. diff in your colon does not mean that you need to be treated for that. If you're like, no, I feel fine, they just said I have C. diff. It doesn't. I probably have C. diff. She probably has C. diff. Millions of people have C. difficile, the bacteria in their gut. It doesn't matter. As long as you got trillions of other healthy bacteria and your gut wall is not leaky, it doesn't mean anything.
He does wait. Do you have a video about gut health?
I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and look. I've forgotten some of the videos.
You need to really
I
go
made.
back and make a complete list of what you've done and what
We
you
need-
need to redo.
Would
or
you do
make
that for me?
a newer version. Oh, God. Why? Because you're so busy right now?
Yeah, because I'm so ADD right now.
Well, that's not a very good excuse. Kelly wants to know, will my body still make estrogen after I've had a complete hysterectomy?
In women, the adrenal glands will make some estrogen, yes. But usually your adrenal glands will not make enough testosterone or progesterone, and that's usually the two that you need to have optimized or replaced.
Toto doesn't like to be on TV anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. He's over
He
it.
literally runs away every time or he hides, gets under the bed covers, goes to bed. He is outside chasing God knows what right now. So
Is he still out there?
yeah, he's been outside this entire time. Red's done.
Oh, thank you, Deb.
They don't think that you have a good health one.
Yeah, maybe not.
Somebody said I'll do it for you.
Deb, yeah, thank you, Deb. That'd be
Aw,
great.
you're so nice. I was just going to take screenshots and print them out. Because I'm lazy. What about celiacs? Do you have a video on celiacs?
Ooh, keto and celiac. Yeah, that's a great idea. I don't think I have one because keto, I've never heard of somebody whose celiac symptoms didn't go completely away on keto. Like it's 100% cure.
Can you do Lugol's under the tongue? I wouldn't recommend it. It'll stain your teeth.
No, dilute it. You don't want to put it straight in your mouth because it doesn't taste great.
No.
And then secondly, if you get it on a tooth, it might stain it because it'll stain your counter. You got to be careful with concentrated iodine. But if you put it in a glass of water, a cup of tea, cup of coffee, it's fine.
Is there... All right, no.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Jamie is correct.
Will Mirena slow weight loss? The
For some
Mirena
people.
ring?
For
or
some
what is
people.
it? IUD,
Yeah,
right?
for some people it sure will.
Hormones, man.
I don't think the Mirena has hormones.
I thought it did.
One of them does, one of them doesn't. But even the one that doesn't, it
Still messes with your hormones.
messes with your hormones, even though it doesn't contain any. And so both of those can slow down your weight loss. Absolutely.
No, there's not a video yet on Lugol's. He is working on it.
Tammy, what I recommend with probiotics, I don't think any one brand's better than the other. If you're going to take probiotics, what I want you to do is buy good quality brands, but every time you run out, buy a different brand each time. Because nobody knows. I don't care what the gurus say, you need this, that, buy my probiotic. we have no damn idea which bacteria are truly good and which are truly bad. We don't know. And so if you're getting a different probiotic each time, then you're probably getting enough diversity, which I think is the key. And then eating keto and lots of fatty meat is going to just help push your gut bacteria in the right direction anyway.
You want to let them hear the baby?
Yeah, go get it. You guys want to hear the baby's heartbeat? We'll try to find it.
Oh, Britt.
Can you assist me with fibromyalgia? Yeah, Lynn, that's a great question. And I really need to do a global video about fibromyalgia because so many women are diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and what they really have is an adrenal problem, or they have hypothyroidism and it wasn't properly diagnosed, or they have menopause and they have low testosterone. That can mimic every single symptom of fibromyalgia. And so if your doctor diagnosed you with fibromyalgia without doing a lot of blood work, you have not been diagnosed properly. You need to have a doctor who will check all your labs. But that's a great idea. Let me write that down right now. Fibro video. I thought I can't remember. I think depression I've kind of done that, but I need to do a fibro.
What about L-glutamine for leaky gut?
Keto and fatty meat for leaky gut.
Pretty much for all gut health, right?
Yep. Glow video. That's a great idea. That'll be a good video. That'll help a lot of people. Okay. You do this part.
Oh, okay.
And I'll do this part.
You gotta hold it down to turn it on.
Oh, you gotta hold it down.
Yeah,
Okay. Is the speaker here or here? It's here.
I think they're both in. To like it down a little bit.
Nice position.
What are we, midline and to the right?
Midline.
He's probably not gonna
No pressure.
performance anxiety here. Ugh.
Let me do it.
Maybe I gotta slide down. Hang on.
Your belly's hard. Put your feet up. There you go. Okay.
It was further down, I think. Not like that. You gotta do a keto and prostate video too.
Oh yeah, I'm working on that.
I think it's too close to the cell phone. It's making it have that. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Are you focusing?
Are you? Turn the volume up.
That's as high as it goes.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. You better check.
Well, usually you don't do that in.
Shh.
I'm gonna kick you in the balls. I don't need them anymore.
Hold still.
There it is.
Where'd he go?
That's missing. Turd.
I heard it for just a second.
Come down lower. There it is. Hold it up close.
Can you guys hear that? That's Baby Barry. Can you hear it? Yeah, there he or she is. Yeah, very nice. Good job, little person.
Sleeping. He's Only 120s. Usually it's in the 140s. Ugh.
You guys are the only people in the world who have heard that. Is your mom?
No, Mom. We couldn't find it the day Mom was
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Excellent. Yeah, it's a pretty sound, right? I love it.
Ugh. Okay, guys.
All right. That's enough for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you guys 1,000,000,000,000% for all your support, for being in this group, for helping us spread the message that you can fix what's wrong with you if you fix your diet. And we love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Any parting words of wisdom or love or happiness?
Happy Easter. Because it's coming up.
See you guys next time.
Bye.